Good morning. Happy Monday. Got about an hour and a half today. So, trying to get this up and running. Here we go. Hey. All gauges seem nominal. I think we're all right. Oh, what I would like to do is build out a little... Okay, so I was going to work on Natter today, but over the weekend I came across some news, and it just so turns out that I should probably save this. Just hit save? I don't know. But the system reference document 5.1 is now under CC by 4.0, which is really cool. Wizards of the Coast has basically held all of this information in their fist for a long time. I don't know, 4 decades? Goodness, is it more? And there have been interesting license mechanisms by which you could get access to this. But given the recent kerfluffle, they've kind of gone back and forth. They went with a more restrictive license where the fist, was a little tighter, but now it's actually a little bit more open, as this information is now available under Creative Commons by 4.0. But before we get into that, what is cc-by.4.0, right? You are free to share, copy, and redistribute the material in any medium or format. You can remix, transform, and build upon the material for any purpose, even commercially. Alright, the licensor cannot revoke these freedoms as long as you follow the license terms. Attribution. You must give appropriate credit, provide a link to the license, and indicate a change if changes were made. You may do so in any reasonable manner, but not in any way that suggests the licensor endorses you or your use. There are no additional restrictions. You may not apply legal terms or technological measures that legally restrict others from doing anything the license permits. That seems reasonable. Let's have some fun. I think it would be great to build out some mud based on this document which is in the Creative Commons. This is basically 400 pages of what D&D is. This is I just went to the bottom. Berserker. Oh, are these monsters or Monster Manual B, Appendix B? Okay. NPCs. So yeah, 400 pages of goodness. Okay. Where do we start? What does a modern day mud look like? Goodness. New file. Here's our little drawing board. Let's grab Grab some chalk. All right. So what does something like this look like? We need the user, right? So here's the user. User got some legs, some hands, whatever. Probably got some sort of laptop. This is super technical. Or computer, whatever it is. Bunch of keys. A little trackpad. Okay. And they're going to be connecting to something. The internets. This is the internets. And to some server, right? Now the server has some sort of connection on it, right? Some app running in there. And there's some bit running in the computer. Now, what do we want it to look like? I'm thinking that we go with like a fancy terminal. Like go full old school on this. I don't know if you guys remember. I remember playing games like Legend of the Red Dragon. And they have all this awesome like ASCII art. I say we go like this, right? What is your command, guest? Yes. So can we actually click like login? Can I press L? None of these buttons actually do anything. I have to click a link. Okay. I was thinking something like this. We could get people in. You could have ASCII art. Right? And I haven't seen this in forever. But how do we bring ASCII art to an interface that everybody has access to? How do we bring a terminal to a browser? Work. Yes, Nick McPhee. Good morning. Happy Monday. Right. So we want to be able to render a terminal in the browser. I don't want to write that myself. In C client, yeah, I basically want... But the browser is going to have some restrictions, right? It's going to be able to connect with WebSockets to different endpoints. That means we might be stuck, for lack of a better term. Let's go to crates.io. Finding something that can render to WebGL. And what do we have that can render to WebGL? Available to us. Not what do we have? What's in the Rust ecosystem? Oh, and I should change that little "what are we doing today" bit. Because that's not correct. Hey, what are we doing today? Properties. Something we do every Monday. How to take over the world. Mark. What was it that Pinky says? Boink. Okay. They're not interested in building an actual terminal interface. Not so much. Because I want people to have access, right? Hey, Mo Ali, welcome. Welcome, welcome. We're currently planning our next project. And our next project, I want it to be, and this is, you know, not completely dedicated to this yet. I'm not committed to the idea, but welcome everyone. Happy Monday. I'm thinking that a MUD, like an old school MUD, that you access via a browser, right? So you get that old school feel with the terminal, the ASCII bits. We can probably enhance it a little bit on the sides or whatever, right? So maybe it's not just the terminal, but we could do a little, add a little je ne sais quoi to it. But we need a terminal, and if I remember correctly, there was this little project for doing dungeons. What was it? Bracket. This is Bracket. Bracket terminal. Here we go. Also supports web GPU, curses, and cross-term for output. Yes. Look at this. You are running web GPU backend. You need to add resolver equals 2 to your cargo.toml file. Okay. Leptos with a black background, mono font, and state management. What is Leptos? Ooh. So we have components. Oh, interesting. Oh, you're so right. We could just lean a little, like, right, because it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be like ASCII term, right? But the point I think is taken, right? Whether or not you meant whether or not you meant to imply how I took it. But the interface could actually be, you know, server-side rendered HTML blobs that look like an old school MUD. It doesn't have to be exactly like an old school MUD. We're going to be using the browser, so why not just, you know, lean on its strengths? Because it would have a lot more that it could do than a terminal could. Yeah, fake it via HTML, exactly. Yeah. Right, and then you can go a little bit further, right? Oh, I like that idea. What is this? So Leptos. Client-side rendering, server-side rendering. Interesting. Yes, if you want that, and it needs to be able to like scroll, like kind of blocky, right? I don't know that we need to go like you know 2400 baud on this. But we can give that sort of nostalgic feel They try to nail the feel, but take away some of the pains, right? Is the amount of updates via signals? Yeah, I want to know a little bit more about Leptos. Have you used it before? Antibody. Interesting. They've changed everything since you've last used it. It's really cool. You've seen Primagen use it. I know the Solid.js model is based on it is based off of. Oh, I see. I've never used Solid.js. They don't have to install via floppy. Yeah, that's right. 5-inch floppies or some of those like 12-inch floppies. That's right. What do I think about OCI container runtime? Something like Yuki using Rust. I don't know. What is? Container runtime written in Rust. Oh, interesting. Huh. I want to star that though. Is that also here? Okay, we're gonna back out of bracket terminal. Okay, so let's what do we want to call this? Mud. I think it should be something more than Xenocron. Okay, so here let's at least get some notes going, so I can capture some of these thoughts. And what I was considering. No, wrong window. Wrong. There we go. Here's. Oh, you don't want to see that. I was playing around with Helix, and there we go. Oh, let's. Okay. Can we bump the font up a little bit? Boom, boom. Okay. Now, here we go. Okay. Let's see. Planning. Project. Mud-like. Multi-user dungeon. Browser access. ASCII term feel. Right. It feels like this could still be bumped up a little. Okay. What else? Oh, that's right. SRD 5.1. We'll use the Dungeons and Dragons. Helix stream? No, just ignore that. Ignore that. I don't know how to use this. I seriously don't. You don't ignore Helix, just ignore the man behind the curtain. That's not something you want to see right now. And thank you for the follows, everyone. Electronic... What is this? Electronic... Can I just call you Electro? And MB Dealer? I don't know what the last part of your name is. Panopticon? Electronic Panopticon. Alright, welcome. Okay, so given the OGL issues recently, they have Ancient Iron as an ammo. And just for reference, they have, after the OGL issues recently, released SRD 5.1, which is the base rule set for D&D 5.1, in Creative Commons 4.0. Speaking is hard. It's Monday. Creative Commons by 4.0. Right, so this is basically D&D. They have their races, their traits, weapons, they attack stuff, right? All sorts of stuff in here. So instead of coming up with all of this myself, right, I'm going to use what is available and go with this. So it's Creative Commons now, so it's fair game. And I'm happy. That's a lot of work. Is it though? It might or might not be a lot of work, right? Because now, like before, you couldn't use the same attack mechanism, right? You couldn't use, like without getting into licensing trouble, right? You can use like a D20 plus, you know, all these other pieces. So basically we can pick and choose what we want from this. So we could use the base of the system and not have to put every monster that's in here, every class that's in here, all these different pieces. Right, we can put just what we want. Like a giant toolbox, and we get to pick the pieces. All right, we need a name for this mod. It has to feel like an old school mod. Doesn't have to be exactly like an old school mod. Okay, so we'll do like an HTML UI. I like that idea. Mechanics aren't covered for copyright. What do you mean their mechanics aren't covered for copyright? Did I miss something? The story behind using Helix, I'm like, oh, you know what? People have been talking about this Helix thing. And it's like, okay, let me go install it, right? And then I happen to have it still up inside of this terminal, which somebody else had talked about, WesTerm. and it was there when I was with the stream, and then I thought, oh, you know what, my NeoVim configs are probably still butchered, so let me just use this. And game mechanics can't be copyrighted. They're not covered by IP law. Only game content is. Okay. Okay. I gotcha. But yeah, I won't be able to use their world, right? Because they didn't add the world as part of what they licensed. Right. Until now. Right. I think I want to have server-side rendering. I want to have a very light UI. No, goodness, the Helix. No, I'm not using Helix now. Well, technically, right this moment, I'm using Helix, but I was just, I was dabbling. Yes, it was just, yeah. Background rendered by the terminal emulator. Oh. Oh, interesting. Interesting. It's a nice editor. I haven't even, like, okay, I probably have the information on what the key combos are and all that. I saw that it was kind of based on some other editors that I had never used, and I like that they describe it as a postmodern editor. I think that's funny. Oh, well, thank you for the rate. Oh, I missed that. And welcome, everyone. Welcome. Kakun. Kakuin. Kakun. Yeah, that one. Yeah, it's based on Kak. That, yes. Officially a Helix stream now. Okay. Yeah, now I have to learn Helix. It's designed for things like LSP from First Concepts, which is beautiful. I like the idea. From what I read, I like the ideas. I really do. Okay, so I want server-side rendering. I want the UI to be very quick in terms of starting up. It just so happened to be the case. Yeah. Okay, planning the new project. Gonna do a mud-like thing. Oh, interesting. Yanked main selection to primary clipboard. Ooh, fancy. Okay. Browser accessible. It's going to have that old school feel to it, based on the Creative Commons by 4 feel. Terminal is bad. Ah, yes, yes. What? It has Clippy built in? What does that even mean? Like it's just been bottled and sits inside Helix? Clippy has just been untwisted into a strange shape it doesn't like. All right, it only has to feel like an old school mod, right? We can basically produce HTML an HTML UI. We want some sort of server-side rendering. Okay, mod name we don't know. We need that. Oh, the tutor stuff is clip. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I read about that, but didn't spend the time getting into that. We'll probably be doing that soon, but not today. I'm really excited about this, you know, the D&D licensing thing. Okay. So no terminal-like scrolling. I was thinking about that just a bit ago, and I think we should give the look and feel of an old school terminal, but not lean on it so heavily that it encumbers the user. Right? We should take all the goodness from it, but kind of drop all the baggage. Like if somebody wants a map, right? Let's generate some map and actually show it to them. Yeah, I agree with you there. Pink Floyd. I think that's what this is. Hyperlinks and image protocols, which are nice in an editor like Helix. Yeah, see, I want to be able to have images or nice little surprises. Okay, we don't have a name. But how would we set this up? Of course, Rust-based server. We need to have some sort of live communication, so we either need it's going to be WebSocket versus basically REST REST plus service and events. Oh, wait. Axum has live view? Oh, glitch. You don't tease me like that. That's oh, what? Only get dependency by David Peterson. Legend of the Helix. Oh my goodness. Big scary warning. Perfect. I think this would be great for that. We're doing a mod. Why not have big scary things? This is exactly what I was wanting. Oh my goodness. Gotta be kidding. That. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is beautiful. Live view upgrade. It's an extractor that will accept both regular requests and WebSocket upgrade requests. Okay. Like HTML export from the server? Yes. Essentially, I don't know who came up with the idea, but, given enough monkeys and enough years, enough coders, whatever, you end up in a situation where you put too much code in the front end, right? And this pendulum swings back and forth, right? Where you build these monolithic pages and you send them from the back end, and then it swings the other way, where you have single page apps, right? That are where you have to download 2 megabytes of JavaScript before you can render something, right? And it swings back and forth. And what these live views that I first saw, I don't know if that's where it came from, but I first saw it in this Phoenix Framework project. Right? It's built in Erlang, Elixir, and so forth. And the server can send chunks of the page down to the client. So you replace explicit pieces of the UI with content from the back end. So instead of rendering a whole page, you're just rendering a small little chunk of it. Yeah. It's I think exactly what Web 3.0 should have been, right? Yeah. Because the pendulum has swung way far into the front-end single-page app realm, but hasn't really come back as far as I want. Hey, Nightshade dude, how you doing? Not the cryptosphere? No, that's not Web 3.0 to me. Okay. Oh, I'm really liking the Axum Web Live View piece. That, I think, is an absolute winner. And I have no idea how to use this. I think we absolutely use this. Okay, decisions. Axum Live View. Yes, absolutely. Name. I don't even know how to yank things yet. How do I delete a line? Yeah, I don't... This is not going to be the Learn Helix stream. Questions. So we'll have that. And what will we call it? Where will it live? GitHub. So we could do that. X to select a line, D to delete. Oh, okay. To find a name, find a story. Oh. Is that... how do you pronounce this? Is this... Arky? We just go by car? What do you want here? What do you prefer? Karki. Okay. Welcome, Karki. Okay. So... My Marmalade, how are you? Yeah. Okay. I'm well. It's a little early. It's a Monday. I've got some early stuff coming up today, so it's not going to be a long stream. But yeah. Okay. Versatile Zir, thank you for that follow. Han, thank you for the follow. Never MB dealer, goodness. Thank you for the follows. Oh, you recently joined us Discord. Ah, yeah, I don't advertise the Discord much anymore, but it does exist. Okay, where should we put it? GitHub, I know people have been frustrated with contributing on with things on SourceHut. So, GitHub. How can you follow me there? Well, I have a link I can give out. Let's see if I can grab it. Hi, people. Maybe, maybe not. Let's see, server settings. Yeah, there's a... Oh, here we go. Custom invites, custom invites. Oh, I grab a copy of that one. Revoke them, okay. Oh. It won't show me the invite code. That's too bad. You can always add a remote to SourceHut. True. True. How about Haxi, you know? I don't want to use Haxi, but thank you. Sun. Holding acorn. What's it? Oh, wait, we missed a piece. No, okay, Sun. Holding acorn. What's this? Me. A tree. Sun, really? Me. In a nutshell, yes. Oh, it should be up to date. Yeah, that's a really good place to get it. I forgot all about that. I set that up like years ago. Literally years ago. Here, there's a little link to the Discord. So you should be able to get access right there if you follow that. Did I see Haxi useful? Not for my purposes right now. I'm sure it's useful for other things. I've used it in the past. But I'm not interested in Haxi at the moment. So, yeah. I used it, goodness, how long ago was that? 2006, 7, and 8? Face is a 4-letter word. However, preface is a 4-word letter. Oh, that... Nice. That's good. Okay. So I think I've decided that Axiom Live View, 100% doing that, yes. That is brilliant. Okay. SRD 5.1. Absolutely using that. Use the D&D base. Must give attribution. Thank you. Wizards of the Coast. Rust. Rust is a must. Okay. That's what we do here. It's Rust all the way down. I wonder though how much of this client side stuff does need to be in TypeScript? Rust, yes. With maybe a sprinkle of TypeScript. Right? We could go Rust all the way down. We could. but I don't know how useful that would be. Well, let's not try to overcorrect. You bought a pen that writes underwater. It writes other words too. You discounted from Twitch. Send link again. Oh, I didn't send a link. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. It's basically just on my channel. If you go to my channel, right, there are these links, these about Mr. Halsey, and Discord link is right here. Yeah, okay, that looks like it. Thank you, Xenocron. Okay. So, how do we want the Rust piece to look, right? Because we will have to push information, right? So given the live view, I presume we can use something like the Elixir style channels to push updates. Has some kind of live view support, not 100%. Oh, interesting. What? And Rust inspired by React. Huh. Runs anywhere with a terminal. Oh. Interesting. Live view and live components. Integrates with Axum, Warp, Servo, Tokamak. Oh, interesting. What is this? This is interesting. It might be too deep, though. $65 kilobytes, simple hello world at about 65K. Comparable to React. Yeah, see, I want to avoid that. I want like 8 kilobytes. I want it super light. I want just enough to bootstrap it. Wasm size, yeah. This is interesting, though. How did you find this? Oh, I see. The web backend. Oh, interesting. But it seems very complicated. I'm going to star that regardless. And I want to maybe come back to this for other stuff. Deoxys? Follow that one. It does seem interesting. That's how you... Oh, interesting. Okay. They showcased their new DOM diffing algorithms and how they got it as fast as React. Gotcha. Gotcha. Putting it all together. We needed to be comparable to React. I see. That's an interesting place to start, right? Like if I was trying to introduce, let's say, Rust at work, I might start here with something that looks familiar. Did you hear about the haunted bar? I did not. They serve spirits. Oh. I mean, from what I see here, it seems just fine. It's interesting. All right. I think I would like to still try the Axum Live View. We could get pretty far with that. I am curious though. What does this require of us? How do I activate this? I just want to click on that. I know it's already a tab, but it's underlined. I want to click on it, make it so. What do you call a dog magician? I don't know what. A Labracadabra door. Have I ever made a web game? I've attempted to for fun. My Marmalade, I think, weren't you around when I was making the previous one? I called it, what did I call it? Legacy. I want to see the examples here. Oh, the counter, the classic counter one. Oh, let's look at the cargo first. Axum Live View. Features, precompiled JS. Oh, tracing. Tokyo, tracing, Serday, tower. I'm glad that the tracing community, like that tracing thing, has kind of grown up since we were looking at at Legacy. Yeah, tracing seems really cool. Oh, I don't have time to get into it, my Marmalade. It didn't really. Well, the code's still out there, but it didn't get to launch. It's even in the compiler. Oh, interesting. Okay, so tracing Tokyo, etc. Counter. Let's look at the source. Tracing subscriber. Getting your routes. Bundle.js, okay. Sock adder, we're listening on port 3000. Create a server. Serve app into make service. Okay, await, unwrap. All right, so we have that. And so then if you go to slash, you get this page, which just lists everything. Embed.embed view. Interesting. View is a counter default, okay. So we input live view for counter. About a year ago. Oh, interesting. Moscow Bish. Happy Monday, man. Other parts were using it, so it made sense to move the compiler over because it's backwards compatible with log. Right. For your tracing span labels, use as metrics labels. Oh, interesting. Oh, that's cool. I want to see metrics RS. We'll want something, right? Oh, is somebody squatting? What is this? Just metrics. Oh, it's an abstraction over Prometheus, Jaeger, etc. Gotcha. Gotcha. It has tracing integrations so your spans can be sent to those aggregators. Gotcha. Well, that's nice. Yeah, we'll follow that. Okay. Questions. What else do we have here for questions? We want logging, tracing. I think we want tracing. Hey, I gotta go help real quick. Give me like 3 minutes, okay? Car problem. Be right back. It's cold out. Yeah, I'm warming up. Oh my goodness. Sorry, I missed the auto mod glitch. All right. Is it, would you say that it's best practice to use something like metrics, similar to how people use log? Yeah, it is a little irrelevant now, but let's see. For general libraries. Will we see crates slowly move from log over to metric? Okay. I think we can nail the ASCII term feel with web browser, right? Monospaced fonts, colors, etc. We can do that. Gotcha. I'd like to be able to just, have something that could then be connected to Jaeger and all these other things. I don't want to implement like an abstraction layer for all of these. It's like including env logger in a library rather than just log. I see. Yeah, we've done that before, right? We've used Jaeger before with Legacy. Yeah. This, I wanted to see this. Update. Increment, decrement. So when you click on this, oh wow, wait, what? That's intriguing. I see. So you'd use OpenTelemetry, tracing OpenTelemetry. Yeah, I don't know enough about either one to really say one way or the other. I see. Gotcha. So maybe OpenTelemetry then. Well, this is interesting that you can click on something, have that, get some sort of action, and then update. That's neat. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I want to know how to force something from somewhere else to update. Okay, key events form, counter, clock. What does clock look like? Same beginning. app. So we have our live web view at the very base. We have our little clock. Okay, here's our format. We embed the view. Great. You want some observability from Grafana, yeah. Yeah, we had ended up using both, I think, Grafana and Jaeger with that project, what, a year and a half ago? 2 years ago? Oh, and thank you for the follow. Okay, so here's our clock, right? Now I wanted to see this. So when we render, just tell it what the current time is. Great. But how do we force it to render? How does it know? So when we mount, oh, interesting. Tokyo spawn. What holds on to this spawn, this join handle? Nothing. We take our handle, which is a WebView handle, and we send it unit, which I think that just calls update. Well, here I'm wondering, this spawn handle, right? So this thing spawns and it exists forever, right? Until there's an error. So if we try to send, and I was just looking for where it exits, right? So basically when this component is no longer within the view, right? When the send fails is when we close this async task. That's to keep alive. We have our interval from milliseconds. We tick the interval, so we await that, and then we send. Send calls update. Update calls render. Interesting. I would have liked to see. Let's see, handle a more direct, like, invocation. So here we have clock, right? And live view. Let's see, what does live view do? We should probably look at the documentation on live view. Let's go look at the actual documentation for live view. It's not going to work. I'm guessing it's not published either, but let's see. So if it's not, okay. Separate question. Let's say I was learning this in hopes of being able to introduce this, pull Rust more into the fold at work. Right? Would I be better off learning this Axum Live View or Deoxys? The Axis would pass more of a sniff test as opposed to, like, you know, it's starred, it's got some forks, it's got some stuff using it. Sub-millisecond? I've not heard of sub-millisecond. A lunatic web framework for Rust. That's... okay. Funny. Very much gated and NIH. What's NIH? Oh, not invented here. Oh, gotcha. Yep. Very familiar with that. Well, what does, let's see, examples. I want to see do they have live view examples here? So what I'm thinking is, you know, if I spend this time learning a framework and I want to be able to introduce it to somebody because we might have a need, where is that other value going to be in the rest of my life outside of streaming, right? So if I could improve that with this, and I'm not saying that Axiom Live View is not it. It might absolutely be it. But I'm wondering, is it going to be something like Axiom Live View that becomes mainstream? Or is it going to be something like Diaxis, which ends up looking a lot more like React, right? Stuff that people are used to? I don't know. Performance, server-side rendering. You saw mailboxes? Wait, what? Or the custom runtime / executor. It's an actor framework. Oh my goodness. You're done. The morning, Mouse X. It's very opinionated, by the way. Interesting. Oh, I see. Oh, I came across this the other day. Is this the same one? Oh, me too. I am a sucker for Erlang-esque stuff. It uses WASM for the memory layout and stuff, which also means that unlike some of the other runtimes, you can actually pause execution, right? Instead of targeting a C abstract machine like Rust does, it targets a more RISC style layout. Interesting. I mean, this, I don't know if you remember, right? Musing, you probably remember this, that my first project on stream was actually converting stuff into the Actix framework, which had, you know, a very similar pattern to what I was migrating that game engine from. It was all written in Erlang, right? Elixir Erlang. Yeah, you remember the Actix stuff and me learning async and basically all that goodness in Rust. I wonder if this would make... Oh, this is interesting. The capability-based security of WebAssembly creates a powerful programming model. Lunatic is a single executable and runs on Windows OS X. Linux spawns lightweight processes from WebAssembly modules that have their own heap stack. These processes are preemptively scheduled on a multi-threaded executor. Design is all about super lightweight process. Oh, I love that. I mean, we're right in Hobbyville right now. Nowhere near active rockets, Axum levels. Yeah. What was the other one? The other one was, I love that they spent so much time on the images in this piece here. Massive concurrency, isolation. Yeah. They use WASI to provide the OS abstraction. Oh my goodness. There's so many options. So many options. We'll have a crate maybe for you. Oh, that's great. Okay. Yeah. Uses WASM time to run WASM and just-in-time compile your WASM to machine code using crane lift. No lock-in, freedom, yada yada. I like the idea of this in that you can have lots of little pieces of a game that you just update independent, right? Independent of each other. I like that. This could provide that sort of abstraction. Oh, they got rid of their C++ compiler. Wow, that's a neat idea. Wow. That's neat. That's neat. And this here, this is interesting. I don't know what's like what is their purpose? Like But how does... Like, I get the whole Erlang bit here, lightweight processes, blah, blah, blah. When I think Erlang stuff with this, I think, like, I really want supervision trees, right? I want the rest of that. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, what about, let's say, sandboxing for developers and operators? Oh my goodness. Tiny fonts. Magical handler Rust function. The handler functions in Rust, okay. I don't know if this is just going to be... Magical handler functions. Well, oh goodness, there is so many options here. I am a sucker for Erlang-esque stuff. I'm gonna put this in the questions. Oh no, that could just be fun. Like, I like the WebAssembly bit, right? Because you can introduce WebAssembly pieces separate from each other. It doesn't have to be monolithic, which is nice. I like that. Yeah. I like to get everything on the board and then just kind of filter it down, because sometimes, even though you have something like this in the list, right, it might become some other idea, right? Just because it's there and it's a little bit of a distraction doesn't mean it'll be there in the end. Yeah. No, I like that. Because really in the end, we'll probably, keep this piece. Rust, absolutely, right? Maybe with a sprinkle of TypeScript. Tracing, absolutely. Axiom Live View, very strong. We'll probably be using WebSockets. Let's just go ahead and decide. Yes. You know what? Let's not say that. Let's say that we want a live view. Bastion with Tokyo Executor, Axiom Live View. You will shield Bastion to the end of time. I like the idea of Bastion. Bastion is cool. But to communicate with other runtimes, VMs, you have to do that elsewhere. Oh, interesting. So, yeah, this one. supervision trees, which is awesome. But is Bastion going to be the same sort of thing like the lunatic bits? Right? Can we use the other pieces with it, or is it opinionated? It's overkill, sure, but it works. Oh, it has Tokyo compatibility. Well, that's nice. Files into a native binary, which is nice. I like supervision trees, right? Message-based communication. Yeah, that's also a definite maybe. Oops. How do you go to the end of the line? And? Eisenbein gem. We used them. Gotcha. Okay. All right. So they can work together. Okay. Let's try Bastion. I'm interested in Bastion. This seems reasonable. Now, the live view pieces, are they opinionated in terms of what templating engine you use? Oh, what is this? This is... Oh, that's the source. Okay, coming back here. Here we're just seeing, like, blobs. What are they using here? Using HTML. Live view HTML. Is this just a re-export of something else? Might need to do some more low-level stuff with Hyper to get like a child per connection. Because Axum server per default spawns into the Tokyo runtime, which is unsupervised. Oh, I see. That seems okay though. That's a good heads up. Axum. Did I just miss a file? The macros, I see. Okay, perfect. Okay. Not. Let's see. How are the docs on this? Planning. Okay. All right, y'all. Sadly, it's a short day for me, but I think we've made some interesting progress. I think I need to make a note of that. I have to stop there, as today's... I got a couple of early meetings this week. I myself... Then we have Rust Study. Oh, no. Tailwind in Rust plus WASM. They're looking at like writing an interpreter in Go. I want to look a little bit more at Leptos as well, but it seems like a nice framework, but might not have the live view piece that I really want. I mean, maybe we could use a combination, but probably not. Oh, I see. I see. Well, I do have to run, so we'll raid Prime. Well, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate all the great suggestions today. Till next time, y'all. Take care.